San Angelo streets. You drive them every day, and you've likely wondered, why is it that some streets, such as the newly paved Grape Creek Road, offer a silky smooth ride, while other city roadways, think Bell Street, are infested with potholes and dips and ruts and cracks? City staff and the City Council are well aware of the situation, and in the coming year, they'll be doing more to address it. Over the course of 2013, the city will invest $1.68 million in street maintenance. That represents an increase of more than $1 million. By making street maintenance a budget priority, the city will begin making headway in the effort to stem the decay of streets and extend their lives. At the same time, a new approach to rebuilding streets will likely yield roadways that last longer, need less maintenance, and thus cost less. To understand why that is, you first must realize that different types of streets have different life expectancies and different maintenance needs. Asphalt is nice and smooth when first built, but it deteriorates much quicker. Roller compacted concrete, or RCC, is equally smooth and lasts much longer, but it has a higher initial cost. The city is discussing internally where the best value lies. Streets are essentially composed of two layers. The weight-bearing portion of a street is the base, which you don't see, unless there's a pothole. The cap is the asphalt or concrete you see on top. It protects the base and provides a smooth ride. 2/3 of a roadway's cost lie below its surface. An asphalt surface primarily protects the investment below it. When we see streets cracking, water is penetrating the cap and causing corrosion of the base. At that point, failure is predictable. So the useful life cycle of a street is fully dependent on its being properly maintained. When considering what type of street to construct, it's important to consider the initial cost, the lifespan, and the long-term maintenance needs. When properly maintained, asphalt streets have a useful life of 25 years. Proper maintenance of asphalt involves these three phases. First, seal coating every 8 years. Seal coating is the application of liquid asphalt and aggregate materials atop existing pavement. Seal coat seals micro cracks in pavement and prevents water from seeping into the roadway foundation. Second, mill and overlay is needed at 15 years for high-volume roadways that show signs of major distress. This is the most involved type of street maintenance the city performs. The process involves removing 1 to 2 inches of asphalt from an existing roadway by grinding down the surface and overlaying the milled surface with 1 to 2 inches of new asphalt. Finally, asphalt streets require complete reconstruction every 25 to 30 years. Astonishingly, over a 75-year period, major maintenance costs equal $8 million for 1 mile of a street that is 40 feet wide. An attractive alternative to asphalt is roller compacted concrete, which was used to reconstruct Grape Creek Road and Lakeview Heroes Drive. The initial cost of an RCC street is 5 to 15% greater than asphalt, but it boasts a useful life of 75 to 100 years, which is 3 to 4 times greater than asphalt. And an RCC street requires no major routine maintenance. In fact, major maintenance costs for a 40-foot wide RCC street over the same 75-year period would be $1.5 million, and only if mill and overlay were required. Maintenance costs could be as low as nothing. Again, that compares to $8 million over the same time span for asphalt. Rebuilding streets with RCC would involve removing 6 to 8 inches of material and replacing it with roller compacted concrete at a cost that's about 5 to 15% higher than asphalt. Full depth reconstruction is the complete removal and replacement of a roadway to a depth of approximately 22 inches. Using asphalt for that would reduce the cost, but only by about 10%. In other words, roller compacted concrete requires next to no maintenance, lasts 3 to 4 times longer, and costs only a bit more than asphalt. It looks like a promising investment. The city of San Angelo is watching its 2 RCC streets to see how they perform. Thus far, the results are impressive. RCC could be the long-term answer to street maintenance. There's still the question of funding, however. City engineers have identified 55 streets that are beyond their useful life and are candidates for reconstruction. The total cost would be approximately $155 million. The city's current capital budget is $1.75 million per year. After deducting $250,000 for the annual fire truck replacement, $1.5 million is available for other capital needs. The city could dedicate all of that $1.5 million annually for street reconstruction. But rebuilding Bell Street from the Concho River to the Houston Hart Expressway would cost about $10 million alone. So, $1.5 million a year won't significantly improve streets. If the city dedicated the $1.5 million to debt service and assumed a 20-year note at 4% interest, San Angelo could borrow nearly $20.5 million. But again, $20.5 million doesn't get the city where it needs to be either. The likely outcome is somewhere in the middle, with some borrowing to get San Angelo jump-started on projects that need to be done, and some year-to-year pay-as-you-go investments. The City Council has not yet made that decision. How that's resolved will depend upon how quickly the Council wants to move and how much they feel the city can afford to pay as it goes. Discussion of those choices will begin in the coming months. In the meantime, the near tripling of the street maintenance budget will soon be yielding noticeable results. You will be able to see and to feel the difference.